Emotions were running at an extremely high level this morning at the Hennepin County courts. Why? Minnesota State Trooper Ryan Londrigan, charged with shooting and killing Ricky Cobb II during a traffic stop. He had a day in court. And hundreds who think he was wrongly charged and should be cleared of any wrongdoing in Ricky Cobb's death came to say so to Trooper Londrigan. And they were met by people who came to say Londrigan needs to face a jury for killing Ricky Cobb. So all of that happening today comes before we even have a date for the trial. The trial may not even happen until later this summer. So why this case in particular drawing so much interest from here locally and nationally? Gordon went to find out.
What is unique about this case?
What we're seeing here is a lot of division. You have a lot of interest, but also outrage and passion.
Passion on both sides.
You guys just don't like black people.
In a case St. Thomas law professor Rachel Moran says could go either way.
I can see both sides. It's a less obvious case.
In previous cases against officers, Moran says we have seen strong support for the victim, but rarely do we see such strong visible support for the officer. With hundreds of supporters greeting State Trooper Ryan Londrigan as he walked into court Monday morning.
This is a potentially more sympathetic case for the trooper than something like Derek Chauvin, right? It's a very factually different situation.
Moran says Londrigan being a state trooper is also a factor.
You've got a powerful troopers union, also a very large statewide agency
that can draw support from across the state.
I just feel that I need to be here to support Ryan Londrigan.
Being a mother of a trooper, Julie sees her son in Trooper Londrigan.
It could have been my son, just as easily.
On the other side,
I'm wrestling with how does this keep happening.
Billy Jones, who knows the family, sees himself in Ricky Cobb.
And I just don't understand the injustices that are happening and how all this support of killing.
Moran says that intense connection is why both sides are so passionate about the case. Meanwhile, the case has also turned political.
It's the first police prosecution by Mary Moriarty since taking over the Hennepin County Attorney's Office, and that has been used to highly politicize this prosecution.
With Londrigan's defense team arguing politics was the main reason why Moriarty decided to take the case.
We're asking for just to get a prosecutor that cares about facts more than they do about yelling.
Moran understands why some would argue the decision is political.
I think the Hennepin County Attorney's Office with the predecessor, Mike Freeman, probably would not have prosecuted this case.
But Moran says the main reason why attorneys don't take up these cases, they require a lot of work and extra expense. On Monday, Moriarty announced her office is bringing in 4 outside attorneys to help with the case from a prominent law firm that includes former federal prosecutors.
More people, more eyes on the case, more people looking through evidence, more people coming up with creative theories.
Moriarty says the extra expense will be covered by her office's normal yearly budget, and she argues it's a worthy investment to achieve, quote, public transparency and accountability for the harm that has been caused.
I do think it's affecting public perception of her office, and it's probably gaining her more supporters and more detractors. I think that this case could impact her, but I don't think it's fair to paint this as a purely political prosecution.
Today, the judge also put 2 dates on the calendar. May 10th, that's when attorneys on both sides will start to share the evidence and documents that they have compiled over the last couple of weeks and months. And June 10th, that's the next omnibus hearing when everyone will be back in court to make plans for the case moving forward.
Gordon, Professor Moran said these cases like this, they're time-consuming and they need more people, she said. That was also the claim of Hennepin County Attorney's Office today when it said it was adding that outside counsel. So what is it that is unique about this case that makes it more difficult or time-consuming? What's going on here?
They need to go through a lot of laws. They need to look through the training, the standards with policing. There's a lot to look through in these cases. In many of these cases, it's not, did this actually happen? It's why it happened and was this officer justified? And it takes a lot of time for them not only to research that, but to also create sort of a game plan so they can explain this step by step to the jury.
Okay, thanks so much, Gordon. We appreciate it. We'll be right back.